Let me demolish the beast, leave you astonished at least. Two soldiers representing life from the Robbie streets. I spit for scholars and priests, everybody deceased. Only way to build a nation is through knowledge and peace. To all the children, aspire to acquire deeper missions. Feed your brains, imagination, stop abusing television. Every mother, every father, raise your kids to achieve.
Yeah, my name is Aktion I'm also known as Cloete. I got the nickname from portraying Cloete's face all over with sign wanted or reward dead or alive. You know, that was in the 80s. Right over that's how I got the nickname Cloete. My participation began after people explained to me why they're really burning tires, why they're really stoning trucks and all this stuff. You know, I told myself, I'm still in primary school, I have to get involved here. And then, I told myself that this is just for me. I mean, for me it was bigger than anything else, you know. And in mid-1985, I got the opportunity of meeting the great Ashley Kriel, right? And you know, he was such a great inspiration.
Mental wealth is key to reap the world's economy. It's the dream of Bantu Biko, the prayer of Ashley Kriel for my people to be free and happiness, so keep it real. The world is really ours, I can feel it.
Ashley Kriel is a born resident from Bonteheuwel. 1966 in October he was born here in Bonteheuwel. He used to stay before he passed away in Flamboom. As a youngster he joined the student bodies, and there is passion for the resistance and the ANC. Unfortunately, he had no other alternative but to go out of South Africa and join MK, where he used to be a fighter. We have freedom, but we're not totally free yet. There's still a lot of issues that we have to overturn. One of them is empowerment of the youth. And that is what he stood for, to empower the youth of Bonteheuwel, Heideveld, Menenberg and that.
Ek het by Ashley Kriel by 1976 eerste ry begin ter en 5 jaar daarna was ek by die hoërste skool. En hy was 'n hero gewees, want hy het altyd gesê injury to one is injury to all. En ons het baie getooi saam met mekaar by Bonteheuwel High. En dit was 'n goeie mense, familie, maar Melanie hulle almal. Hulle was goeie mense, sy mamie hulle ook. Was baie lief vir hom, want hy was 'n komrad gewees vir ons. Destyds het ons geweet wat gaan aan, maar hy het vir ons die pad gewys.
To me, he's a hero for the youth. Go out of his way to fight for freedom and for our country. And if youngsters today can be militant in what they believe in, go out of their way, and nothing stopped Ashley Kriel from his beliefs in what he believed. If you look to our country today, something has been done through that one individual that stood for what he believed.
His favorite, his trademark song was the one Aktion Kommandant1. You know, that was one of the freedom songs back then. You know, and in the song there was only an injury to one is an injury to all. You know, so back then when security branch, for example, had us our students, even when students got hurt, you know, I mean, you wouldn't like sit back, you know, and we're gonna do something else, you know. If it meant we had to like direct attack boers, you know, we would do it. I mean, because there was a lot of people in school. Well, what else is Light is doing again now? You know, going on here like crazy. You know, and he would step in and say, "Listen, here, this is why we're doing this." You know, and we must think forward, because we might be children now, but one day we're also gonna have children.
He was a freedom fighter. The time when I was at Bonteheuwel Senior Secondary, that was now early in the 80s. With him was a few people that fought for, you know, for the democratic of this country. Hy het 'n baie goeie verhouding gehad. En met die slag dat ek nou nie hy's nou nie vandag hier meer nie, but his legacy will go live on. That I know for sure.
No, I don't know him. I didn't even hear about him. I don't know how to say, but there's a big difference. big difference to that youth and this youth today. There's more violence.
In 2007, on the 9th of July, it was the 20th anniversary of Ashley's death. Then we had a commemoration in the Anglican Church, where I was the first speaker. I felt bad, I felt sad because when the posters went up of this commemoration, I was walking to the shop, and I heard one lady ask another lady, "Who the hell is Ashley Kriel?" And I was about to explain, but I felt so sad inside, and I actually told myself, if I'm gonna take this time to explain now, I know I'm gonna cry, because you actually supposed to know Ashley Kriel.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I know he's an ex-resident of where I'm living now. Yeah, that's more or less. I mean, teach our youth, man, yeah, keep it in schools, man. I mean, when we educate our kids about the past, and I think that's how it, more or less it's gonna be kept,
My my mother's baby brother went to school with him in the same class, so I've heard a lot about him.
Like, can you give an example?
That he was always standing up for the youth, and that he was at Bonteville High, and he actually made Bonteville High well known because of him, because of the things that he went through. I believe there was a time where they wanted to change Bonteville High to his name because of the person that he was. I definitely think he's very big in this.
And you think it should be?
Yeah, definitely. Should be changed to keep his memory alive.
When Ashley died in 1987, we said it's a must. The school needs to be changed to Ashley Kriel Senior Secondary School. I could see people from government, they just bow their heads down. Ashley should have been, he should have been up there. Because that's the type of guy he was. He was selling newspapers, while he was still attending school. And that was to help his late mommy, because he just lost his daddy. He never took that money for himself. The newspaper sold, he gave that money straight to Auntie Ivy. And then when he got heavily involved, in with politics, his sister asked him one day, and that's the only time she asked him, "Why are you risking your life?" Because it seems like it's senseless, apartheid and everything. He said, it's just because that thing you mentioned now, apartheid, I want to get rid of that. And you see that little child over here, I don't want him to live or grow up the way we did. And she never asked him again. It was only that simple answer he gave him. I'm doing it for that child.
A change is gonna come, just remain positive. It's a mindset that I walk with every day that I live. Conflict in that full blood diamond, Sierra Leone. Another day, another hustle, let's just scramble for our own. Money may rule the world, but wisdom is the key. Unlocking narrow minds of the average MC. Cause knowledge is power, you could never disagree. Jealousy makes you nauseous, so they murder constantly.
People should be honest in the best possible way. So in future that they can be known, to the youth, so they can know that really truly why we say that their blood, flowers, water, the flowers of liberation.